What is happening, door-to-door mastery fans? This is Paul Shakuri with yet another door-to-door mastery video. Are you a brand new door-to-door salesperson? Are you new to the door-to-door industry? Are you a manager? Perhaps you own your own business. Have in the back of your mind that you want to grow a door-to-door sales team. Well, this video is going to explain why the mass majority of people who get started off knocking on doors don't last for more than a day. I'm talking 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Yes, quit, take off the throw in the towel and go home. You're going to want to stay tuned and watch this video. Okay, so what's happening, door-to-door mastery fans? It's been a while, a couple days. As you can see, I'm way more consistent with posting these videos because now you guys are commenting more. And a lot of you know I have my new door-to-door sales app coming out very soon. We're about 30 to 60 days away from smashing that out and actually getting it in the hands of our beta users. So hold on. I know a lot of people have been saying, Paul, where can I go to grab it? And I know you're creating something that's awesome, that's going to be beneficial for us, which I am, but you have to stay patient on that. Today, this video, we're going to speak all about the new sales rep, the new door-to-door salesperson who comes into your office, whether you posted for you people out in the United States, an ad on Craigslist or you ZipRecruiter. You could possibly be in Canada and post Kijiji ads. You can also post in multiple different places for ads. You bring that sales rep in, and what a lot of people do is they'll just do a one-on-one group interview. Okay, I'm going to talk about the two different types of interviews, the pros and cons of both, and then dive into why the actual person will fall off. So having said that, you post an ad, okay? And there's one of two ways you can actually recruit this door-to-door salesperson. And the first way is going to be setting up the good old-fashioned one-on-one interview, right? So you invite them in, you say Friday at 3 o'clock, I need you in for an interview. And they say, okay, cool, that sounds great. And what do? They come on into your office, they sit down in the office chair aside from you, and they look you in the eyes, and you start talking to them. So why should I hire you? And you go into, and I've done thousands upon thousands upon thousands, and I hope you understand my repetition here, upon thousands of interviews with these AKA door-to-door salespeople who are going to absolutely crush it and kill it out there, right? Because he's super excited, or he's that stud, that shining armor who came from another company, or perhaps he's starting up new and he's always done sales. And when you ask him what type of sales he or she has done, they say, well, I fold clothes at the mall. And they're like, yeah, I've done sales. I like helping people out and I'm in customer service. So you sit down with them and you say, okay, this is what we're doing. We sell solar, we sell home security, home automation, pest control, roofing. We do all these different things door to door. And you may obviously sell them in to start, because if they actually come and join at your company, well, they're joining because they have a specific reason, a specific mindset of, perhaps I can do door-to-door sales. Many people can do door-to-door sales and be successful at it, but there's also a massive amounts of people that believe they can do it, but they can't within the first 5 minutes of going out there, or the first day, they never show back the second day. Or if you do a training session, they dive on into your training session. You do a 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, then send them out on turf in the van with your team, but they are nowhere to be found when you pick them up, okay? The first way, I mentioned it, one-on-one interviews. Well, the pros and cons of one-on-one interviews, since we're talking on this, are the pros, you get to sit down and really, dig and dive deep with this actual person. Another pro is when you're doing a one-on-one interview, as opposed to what I'm going to talk about, the second interview, which is a group interview. Well, the pro about it is you actually get to, talk to more people in a group interview. But with a group interview, the problem is, for most people, not for me, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm a freaking control freak when I'm looking for salespeople, when I'm looking for direct marketers. I don't look for just anybody who has a shirt on their, I can put a shirt on their back to send them out onto turf, and I'll tell you why. But let's just say you're doing a group interview, which means the second phase, okay? You bring people, like maybe 25 people into a room at once, and I'm very good at doing these. Why? Because I've built that self-esteem, I've built that courage, and I actually do this for massive dealers. One of my big clients based out of Canada, who's Alarm Guard, which a lot of you already know, or maybe watching this video are from, the Alarm Guard team. Well, they hire me to go out to their offices. As a matter of fact, I'm catching a flight out here next week to go out to their Toronto office to sit with their executive team and build a plan based upon this. They're going to be doing a lot more face-to-face recruiting. They're going to be doing a lot more group interviews. And I actually have this whole plan worked out for them to where if they consistently stick with it 52 weeks out of the year, which they've already been doing a freaking phenomenal job, well, at the end of the year, at the end of the weeks, at the end of the months, you're going to see this traction happening. But we're talking right now this group interview. Okay, so you get people in, you bring them in for this group interview. The guy and gal is super excited to come back in tomorrow to sit in your office and absolutely learn everything, because they're going to go out there and they're going to make a good substantial money selling door to door, right? They're going to go in there and they're going to come on in and crush it. So here's the thing, the problem. They come on into your office, you train them up. And a lot of people say when they're doing their training sessions, they'll do a 3-day training. Some say a 2-day, and some even say 1 day. But the mass majority, the soft spot is 2 to 3 days. So what do I recommend? I recommend 2 to 3, okay? Why? Because it actually gives that commitment level for somebody who walks in, they come day one, they hear about what your company offers, they hear about this, and then are they willing to actually stick around for day number 2 to hear and learn and train even more? See, with me, I have about a 99% retention rate. If I come into your office and I train your brand new sales reps, day number 1, I'm telling you 99% of the time, you're going to see that people are going to stick around and come to day number 2 of training. I didn't bring and do a mass recruit hire or a one-on-one recruiting hire session and really select those individuals to come on in only to fall off after day number 2. If they're falling off on day number 2, it's one of 2 problems. And this is where it starts, okay? Number 1, you got them all excited in the interview process where it's the first step to invite them back in. But step number 2 is they weren't quite so excited in the actual training session. Okay, this is pre-knocking on doors, folks. Okay, I'm talking about this guy who doesn't even show up to training session number 2, or the guy or gal who in your group interview or your one-on-one interview gets excited but doesn't even show up to the first training session. Okay, now that you don't have too much control over whether they show up the first time. But if they show up the first time, this person should be at least selling a minimum of 10 accounts before they even think about leaving your organization. Okay, and how do you do that? Well, you have to get excited about your products, your services, and your brand. You got to sell that door-to-door salesperson in on the opportunity. And when I'm talking sell them in, this isn't lies. This isn't cheating. This isn't selling them in like, oh, you're going to make a bunch of money. Come on in. And, oh, yeah, you're out indoors. See you later at 12 o'clock. We're going to pick you up at noon. Sorry, at 10 o'clock at nighttime, 11 o'clock at nighttime. And, pat on the back and hope they show up tomorrow. That's not what I'm talking about. For those of you telemarketers who are listening and watching this video, or those of you people who've ever done telemarketing, you know how you have to, or even door-to-door sales, for those of you who are starting off, you know how some of those customers, you really have to kind of butter them up, sweeten them up a little bit. You have to kind of go in and, work them a bit to finally get them converted and turned into a sale. Well, with new door-to-door sales reps, you many times have to give them that attention. Not many times. I'm going to tell you every freaking time. You have to take them and treat them just like their family member. And some of you out there that I speak to treat family members worse than, I'm not going to get into this, I treat them because they treat me type of crap. But you got to treat them like, they're a brotherhood. You got to treat them like when they come on in, you guys are all working towards the exact same cause. And that's personal causes, which ultimately create that full team cause. What is that? Well, I'm talking about you get a brand new sales rep in and you tell them, look, this is your earning potential, okay? You're going to start off per sale at a smaller amount, but we need volume. And I know, and I'm confident because we did this interview with each and every one of you, and also you showed back up here that each one of you are capable of learning the skills to acquire the talents to go out there and eventually produce higher volume. Just like anything you do, I'm talking push-ups on the ground. If you've never done push-ups before and you haven't hit the gym and you start off by doing 5 push-ups and you do it every single day, you're going to get from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 10 to 20 to 50 to 100. You're going to continue to grow because you're doing it more and more. You see, there's a shelf life of a door-to-door salesperson. He walks on in in your office, comes on in, you walk on in into somebody's office, and all of a sudden, what's going on here? You're starting to build momentum. You're starting to understand the process, the company, the people. Do you like the people you work with? Do you like the people you work for? And do you like the people and the products and services enough to stick around so that you can grow, build a career, and expand within this organization? You see, people leave because they don't care about what it is you have to offer and what your products and services. So you slap on something, okay? So you slap on a product, a service, an ID badge, and some of you I hear don't even freaking do that for your reps. And you say, okay, great, here you go, get out there on turf. That's fine. I'm okay with pushing people on turf and then, making sure they stick it out. But are you there to morally support them and let them know that they've made the right decision over and over again? You see, the number one reason why people fall off and don't last in door-to-door sales is because they haven't committed. They have not committed to being successful as a door-to-door salesperson. Yet alone step number 2, the number one reason, not step number 2, the number 2 reason why somebody won't last at your company is because they've lost that excitement that you sold them in on. They've lost that excitement that you sold them in on. And as a matter of fact, here is, and I'll do this live with Eric. Hey, Eric, it's Paul. I'm going to contact you back here. That's one of my clients with my software company. And I'm going to be actually playing hockey with you, Eric. You'll probably watch this later, and I'll tag you on this and let you know that you are in on this. Where's the time? It doesn't give me the time right now here where we're at. Anyways, okay, squirrel, right? I'm excited, man. This is me. This is who I am. I just get excited to bring what's on my mind. Many times there's like 1,000 different things I want to talk about on one simple topic, but it's not as simple as you can imagine. Hence why there's how many successful sales organizations. There's how many successful door-to-door salespeople. Okay, it's simple. It's not easy. I should bring that up. But look. Here's the bottom line. People aren't excited, or you sold them in and they lost excitement and they leave. They knock on a few doors and now they feel like this is how my life's going to be, for the next 20 years, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, the next year, the next week, the next month, the next hour, the next minute, right? That's what people think. They're like, I'm not going to ever be able to last in this. I might as well quit and get out and away of the fear I have, which the fear I have of knocking the door has overpowered me. And when I have so much fear and very little skill set on something that's new, well, what do you think happens to you? You don't have much skill set to close many deals. And when you're not getting the results that you want, well, what do you think happens? You're knocking on doors and you feel like you're wasting your time. And because you feel like you're wasting your time, what do you think you're doing at the next doors? You're like, I'm not capable of getting a deal. And if I'm not capable of actually going out there and closing a deal, then my fear set's still so high to the point where it overpowers me and you start collapsing in on yourself and saying, I can't do this. I'm not going to be good for this. I'm sure there's a better opportunity I'll find and I'll go out there. Okay. The reality is this. Okay, your new door-to-door sales reps, or if you're a brand new door-to-door salesperson, here's the reality. Everybody can do this. I don't care your age. I don't care your skin color. I don't care your whatever you want to call it. Okay, you know everybody says this age, my skin color, my personality, my freaking tone of voice. Look, it doesn't freaking matter. We were all built the same. We were built as human beings to communicate and talk to one another. And door-to-door sales brings the entrepreneur out within you. Now, anybody can do it. The question is, are you committed? Have you burned your boat and set yourself off on the island to where I have to figure this out no matter what? Or are you going to be that person who builds up that fear instead of building up that skill set? Okay? Because when you build your skill set up, when you start building how much knowledge you know, how much education and confidence you know on door-to-door sales and communication with other people and being persuasive and all this, you have a sharper skill, so your fear is less because I know how to handle my situation. I know how to handle every situation. Fear goes away. And when fear goes away, guess what happens? You start knocking on more doors. When you knock on more doors, knowing that that sale is at that next door, the confidence builds up. Okay? Your goal, your objective is to keep sticking in as long as possible, but learn. I know so many people that stick it out there and they do the same darn thing over and over again, bashing their head against the wall, wonder why they come home without sales. Look, you got to invest in you. And here's the bottom line. A link in this video, just you're going to see it in this description on YouTube. You'll see there's a link to my door-to-door mastery, my free door-to-door mastery program, where I actually, first of all, teach you my free video series of my door-to-door mastery program, where I teach you everything from the opener pitch to how to communicate and be persuasive and deal with rebuttals and transition into getting in the house and building value in front of a group of audience that I've done, and then how to close the sale. I teach you that full 3-step process. You want it? It's free. All you got to do is click the link in the description, get over there. No matter what you sell door to door, it's going to work for you so long as you implement it. And then I also have a paid program over at MasterDDD.com. And if you don't know who I am or you haven't watched my videos yet, and you're simply not going to buy my higher ticket item, okay? You're not going to buy it unless you know who I am and I'm reputable and I know what I'm talking and you can benefit from jumping on that. Just like anything you sell. So what do? I created a ton of content for you, absolutely free, so you can go out there. And people mentioned in the comment, I haven't had many, which I thought I'd have a bunch more trolls, especially dealing with door-to-door sales and sales reps. But so many people, he's trying to sell you his big program. What do you think? I do this for free? I sit over here and I just do that? I do a lot for free. But this is also a business and it's a part of my business. And as a matter of fact, now, hence, once I've actually started creating more videos and made it extremely fair for both the end user and me, we're now able to grow this program. And hence why I want you to grow as a salesperson. If you don't have the money to invest right now, I get it. Don't do it. But start acquiring from all the wealth of knowledge that I've already put out, the free education that I put to close more sales so you can afford that program. You'll laugh when you actually find out how inexpensive it really is. MasterDDD.com, that's my full program, or click the link in the description right here and you will get my free 3 video series. I want to thank you so much. Don't be that person who freaking quits on hour number 1, week number 1, month number 1, month number 2, or even, yes, the first 2 to 5 minutes. Take the shirt off and say, I quit, I can't do this. Don't be that person, okay? Find an organization that you can get excited about. If you are that organization, make that environment super fun and friendly. Pay your reps well, take care of them well, and grow within your organization or grow your organization with taking care of people and caring for them as if they are literally like your family child. All right, love you all. I will see you guys in the next video. Until the next time, don't forget to knock on that next door. If I'm in your car, I'm in your ears, or you're even out on turf and you're watching this video, I will meet you one day. I love you all and talk to you soon. Take care. Peace.